the beginning of this video, we'll talk about what we call numerical sequences. And numerical sequences are just a set of numbers like any other sequence, like the Fibonacci sequence, where we just have a series of numbers that conform to some specific type of pattern. And in this one, 4 is the first member of the sequence or first term of the sequence, so we name it A of 1. The second member of the sequence would be 8, and we call it A of 2, and so forth. The third member would be A of 3 equals 16, and A of 4 would be 32. Now those members can go on for infinity. And the task that we're asked to do is we have to come up with what we call the explicit formula. And the type of problems that we'll be doing will all be geometric sequences. And the general form for a geometric sequence is A of n equals A1, which is the first member of the element, or first member of the sequence, times r raised to the exponent of n minus 1. Now, one thing to remember, A1 is always given, and what we'll have to find is the common ratio, and that's given the variable of r, and you're always going to have to find that. And I don't know if you remember this from earlier in the year when we were doing exponential equations. We would always have to find r, and I think we'd call that the growth factor. But the idea is that you would choose one member of the element or one member of the sequence, and you would just divide by the one before it. And what we use this general formula for, that A of n equals A1 r to the n minus 1, we use it to. In the second part of this video, we'll be writing the explicit formula for this sequence. And remember, the general form for the explicit form is A of n equals A of 1 times r to the n minus 1. And we know that A of 1 is always the first term or first element of the sequence. So A of 1 is going to be equal to 4. So that leads us to find r, the common ratio. To find r, like I said earlier, we have to choose any member of the sequence. It doesn't matter which one, but we have to divide by the one before it. So if I choose 8, I have to divide by 4, and that will give me 2. I choose 16, I divide that by 8, and I get 2. And so you always want to check at least 2 pairs of numbers, and if they come up to be the same number, in this case 2, you know you have the right common ratio. If it doesn't turn out to be the same number, then you don't have a geometric sequence and you can't finish the problem. So r equals 2. Now that we found these two pieces, we found A1 and r equals 2, we can write the explicit form for this by using the general form. We change A1 to 4, we change r to 2, and we keep the exponent of n minus 1. So that is the explicit form. And what's nice about the explicit form, we can use the explicit form to find any term of the sequence. So like where it asks us to find the 20th member of the sequence, I just write A of 20 has to be equal to 4 raised to the 2 times 2 raised to the 20 minus 1. Now I'm going to go ahead and simplify that exponent. So I have 4, 2, now 20 minus 1 is 19. Now I'm going to type that in my calculator. 4 times 2 raised to the 19th power. I hit enter, and I get 2,097,152. So that is the 20th member of that sequence. So A20 equals 209,7152. Okay, that's it for this video, and thanks for watching.